Looks like I'm going to need to destash after I picked up this stash from someone else's stash. Hi everyone, my name is Diane and this is My Pink Bathtub Knits. Welcome. Welcome to my returning subscribers. Welcome to anyone who's newly subscribed. And if this is your first time checking me out, I hope you decide to stick around. Today we are going to talk about destashing yarn. My yarn haul for today is actually from someone else's previous collection. I purchased 20 balls of yarn for a total of $74. So doing the math, it's $3.70 each Canadian. They were listed anywhere between $3 a ball and $5 a ball. And I feel like I got a pretty good deal. This yarn is all in great condition and let's go through it together. I am a fan of Vanna's Choice yarn. And I ended up purchasing 10 balls of it. First thing I got was 2 balls of this. Smells great. It is called taupe. Now, if you're not familiar with Vanna's Choice yarn, it is 100% acrylic and it is a 4-weight yarn. I believe it's 170 yards, 156 meters. And you can use a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle or a 6 millimeter, which is a J crochet hook. So 2 of these in taupe, which is great for making like bears and stuff. And she also had 2 of these, which is called chocolate, which is darker brown than the taupe. She had 2 of, well, I guess I have them now, 2 of these silver heathers. Another great one for like bunny rabbits or something. This one I was excited about because I cannot find this anymore. It's called Taupe Mist. It's kind of a lovely marled looking brown. And a couple other of the mists. I've never had this one. This is called Purple Mist, which would be really cute for making little jackets on animals and whatnot. And this one is called Rose Mist. So 1 each of those. And the final Vanna's Choice is called Purple Print. So 10 balls, $3 each, $30. I did do a search online and cheapest place I have been able to find it in Canada is at Len's Mill stores for $5.99. It very limited colors. I got 2 balls of this Wool Ease, which is a 4-weight yarn as well. And the color of this is called Gray Heather. Now I purchased a ball of this down in the States at Joann's in the their clearance bin. I believe I paid, it was under $3 American for it. This is $3 Canadian, so $6 for the 2 balls of this. And the content of it is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. And it's a 4-weight as well, 197 yards, 180 meters. It is still an actively sold item. And I'll put the specs up here of the price I found it for. But she had this and I couldn't resist. So this is from Plymouth Select. It is a chunky merino superwash, 100% superwash fine merino wool. It doesn't say the weight, but to me it seems like it's a chunky, well, it says chunky, so it's a bulky weight, a number 5. And the yardage on it is 109 yards each. Now I did find it online and she wanted $20 for 4 of them. So they were $5 each Canadian. The thing I love about shopping from someone else's stash is you're not paying tax, you're not paying shipping. You need to, I feel, know your product and know certain types of yarn, because I have gone in a little blind, just buying stuff because it's a good price and then realizing it's not worth it. But this is so soft, and so I have almost 440 yards of it. I mean, I think I could wear it. I don't know what I would make out of it right now, but it was just such a good deal. I could not pass it up. Another thing I found on Earth, it was a nice little haul. I'm happy for someone minding their own business online. Another thing I found, and this is not necessarily my colorway, but this beautiful purpley Lorna's Laces is the brand. It says hand-dyed yarns, Lorna's Laces. Now, I'm not usually into purple, but this was fantastic, and I got 2 of them. Isn't that lovely? So the specs on this is, it's a 2, so it's a 2 fine weight, 100% superwash merino wool. So soft. 200 yards, so I've got 400 yards in total. And machine wash cold, machine dry. I would just lay it flat to dry. The color is black pearl. And I did find some of this online. Now, Lorna's Laces did close their doors in 2021, I believe. And I kept thinking about Lorna's Laces. Lorna's Laces, I have purchased yarn from them in the past. And I thought, what happened to that yarn? And I found it. I would go to the lovely local yarn stores and didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what I was buying. I don't know if I'm capturing that very well. It is a sock yarn. It is 100% wool. And it's on my needles right now, and I'm going to rip it back. I made a lace scarf with it back in the day. So this is a long puppy. Like, I basically was knitting it till the end, and it needs to be blocked, obviously, but this is what it looked like. This is the color. I, of course, don't have the band anymore, but this is sock yarn. So I'm going to be ripping this back and putting it in my new sock yarn collection for a future project. So these were $5 each, $10 for this. And I'm quite pleased with it. Again, purple's not really my color, but I'm not offended by this color at all. So it's 400 yards of lovely squishy. I've been thinking about mohair a lot lately. I had received that gift from Hubs for a hat set, and this is what it is. So this is mohair, and then this is superwash wool. And there's enough to, this is 70% kid mohair and 30% silk. And then this is a hand-dyed sock yarn put together to make a hat, held together with this pom-pom. So that's gonna be really cute. So I've been thinking about mohair a lot, and I've been thinking, I've ordered my Tangled Poets pickle jar, and I have an advent calendar coming from them as well. And I'm sure a lot of the colors are gonna be super bright, which is not usually my thing. I think I'm gonna line them up with the similar colors so they kind of have a gradiated look to them whenever I choose to make something with them. But I thought if I held it together with white mohair that it maybe would soften the colors a bit. What do you think? Does anyone here have experience with mohair? Is that a thing? Is that something that would work? So I have been doing some searching of mohair online just to see a little, educate myself about it. And of course, your phone knows everything you're doing. So when I went onto Facebook, the Facebook Marketplace popped up automatically about this local person selling mohair. So it was $4 a ball. So that's how I got into her posts to see what she was selling, and how then I looked through everything, and she had a lot of yarn. And I personally think that I showed great restraint, because back in the day I would have just went and took all of it because it was very well priced. Like, I don't think there was anything more than $5 a ball, but I didn't. But I did. The final thing was the mohair that I purchased from her. So this is obviously a gray. This is called Cascade Kid Seta. Now I believe this is discontinued. It's by Cascade Yarns. 61% Super Kid mohair, 35% silk, and 4% merino wool. And this is 300 yards. Like, it's thinner than string. It's a 0 weight. It's shade 29, and I did find it here online. And I paid $4 for it. So I'm glad I have some in my stash. I think it'll be interesting. In fact, this color I feel would look really nice held together with this yarn that I got. And this was the welcome package for the advent calendar for Aberdeen's wool that I'm going to be doing this winter. I was kind of like playing with it and going through and looking at I need to buy a Swift. I need to buy a Swift. That's the next thing on my list. I was just kind of going through and looking at it, and I kind of screwed up the hank. It doesn't look as pretty as it did originally. But I thought these two would look quite nice together, and this was $4. So the other color that she had for mohair, which was also $4, and the same brand of yarn, was this one, which is almost like a light taupe color. This is color shade number 10. Nice and neutral. I might have ordered myself a white mohair online just to have it in my collection. I am a collector of fine things. And in the bag, because she just met me at her condo door, she gave me some of this, which is a purpley color. I guess she had leftovers, and some of this. So this probably has a lot more in it than I realized. It's quite solid. So you never know, if I might have a little project, if I make a cute little bunny and I want to do a jacket and jazz it up a bit, I might hold this with it. So that's my destashed yarn haul. When I first started buying people's yarn online, I was a very new knitter and I didn't know a lot about yarn, and I made some bad choices. I also discovered if you go to someone's house and everything is already pre-bagged, that might be a bit of a red flag, because I have done that as well, and I've found smoky items or musty smelling items when I get home. So I try not to do that anymore. So my only advice to you, and it is kind of challenging when you want to buy something online, like a local marketplace, hopefully there's good photos, and they're photos that are taken by the actual person and not like just a picture that you've found online and cut and paste. Ask questions. If they don't state clearly that it comes from a smoke-free, pet-friendly, or a pet-free house, bug-free, ask those questions before you're willing to go and check it out. Ask if it's been, where it's been stored, if it's been stored in a basement, because I had a very bad experience at one time with some musky yarn. I was so excited. It was in a lady's garage. She had a huge sale. Everything was bagged and I just kind of went to town. This is years ago. And when I got home, I realized once opening it that there was a strong musty smell, that it was obviously in a basement. I didn't ask the questions. I didn't ask if I could open a bag and take a smell, but that's pretty vital. You can air out your yarn somewhat, but some of that stuff just sticks really well to, that smell sticks to the yarn. I think I kept it out in my garage for several weeks just open, and some of it I just had to, I threw it out. It wasn't worth it. But lesson learned. So don't feel weird to ask questions about something you want to buy, and check your prices. Sometimes lately I've been finding people are just charging store prices for their yarn, and that's fine. You want to recoup the money you put in. I've always charged 50% or less when I've sold my stuff. I'm willing to let it go, and it's freeing to let stuff go. If you are not going to be using it, that is money just sitting on your shelf, not doing anybody any good. Pay it forward, give it to someone at a reduced price, let them enjoy it and make something with it, and get a little bit of money back in your pocket. You'll have more space. Trust me, it's very freeing. I've been thinking for a while about destashing my yarn, but a lot of the stuff I want to get rid of, I might do it in the future. It's just basic acrylic yarn because I have way too much of it. And I am trying to buy a higher premium quality yarn constantly for my projects for when I sell as a maker. And I have done a few destashings in my day. In fact, when I was still living in my own house prior to moving, getting together with hubs, and this gives you an idea of how much yarn I had or still have. I did a destash where I essentially sold everything for $2 a ball, and I made $500. Some of it may have been $3 a ball, but I made quite a bit of money, and it made me really step back and realize just how much stuff I had and did not use. Now I still have a lot, but I am planning some great things with it. Yeah, but it was quite pretty actually when you knit it up, but it is very long. It would need to be blocked because it is curling up on the end. Does it ever end? It's like a clown car. Because it's green, we're gonna frog it back. I think it's pretty. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. You know, what do you think about this? Kind of wondering if I should block it and keep it. I'm on the fence. Please comment below. Enjoy the rest of your day. Whether you're a knitter or crocheter, we are all melded together by yarn. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.